Voters in Turkey's western province of Balıkesir are keen to show their disenchantment with the ruling Justice and Development Party, AK Party, as they look for alternatives from within the opposition parties. Balıkesir, an important tourist destination due to its famous olive groves, thermal spas, and clean beaches, has its roots set in tradition and conservatism. In the last general election, in 2011, the AK party reeled in 4 deputies in Balıkesir after receiving 46.5% of the vote. The main opposition Republican People's Party, CHP, received 33% of the vote in Balıkesir, enabling the party to field 3 deputies. The remaining deputy was granted to the Nationalist Movement Party, MHP, which only received 13.8% of the vote. However, the interesting issue in Balıkesir's 2011 election, which also makes predicting the victor of the 2015 election difficult, is the fact that there were only a total of 866,747 voters in 2011. This translated into the AK party garnering 356,569 votes, the CHP getting 258,961 votes and the MHP 106,286 votes despite the large differences in vote ratios. The head of the MHP Balıkesir Women's Branch, Semra K., claimed that this election would be different from the last, saying that the public wanted a change from the AK party. Those who are unhappy with the AK party are rushing to the MHP, she said. Talking of the MHP's chances in the election, she said, "In the last elections we managed to elect 1 deputy from Balıkesir. Now I believe we will elect at least 3, pushing towards 4. I personally believe it could even be 5. When asked why the people of Balıkesir would vote for the MHP, Kay said, "There has been an immense reaction against the AK Saray, also against the Mercedes car allocated for the use of the head of the Religious Affairs Directorate. The AK Saray is the colossal complex built as the new presidential palace that has been dubbed the AK Saray, suggesting the word kakak, which means runaway or illegal. The play on words is intended to highlight the illegality of the building, which was built on the Ataturk Forestry Farm, AOK, a recreational farming area donated to the state by Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, founder of the Turkish Republic. Also, Religious Affairs Directorate President Mehmet Görmez was recently at the center of controversy for his use of a luxury armored vehicle, which was valued at TL 1 million. The price tag revelation of Görmez's previous car forced him to announce that he would return it, only to be rebuked by President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who presented Görmez with the gift of a new one. Timber merchant, "I'll vote for HDP to damage AKP." Gams Orbakalu, a timber merchant in Bandırma, evaluated the chances of the AK party in the region, saying that Bandırma was dominated by the CHP, therefore, she would be better off voting for the pro-Kurdish People's Democratic Party, HDP, despite normally describing herself as a Turkish nationalist conservative. "I think the HDP passing the election threshold would do most damage to the AK party. The CHP and the MHP are already going to pass the threshold anyway. The HDP entering parliament would mean the AK party losing more seats in parliament," she said. Turkey has a 10% election threshold for parties wishing to enter parliament. The AK party benefits enormously from the high election threshold, which was introduced by the military regime following a coup in 1980. This was most notable in 2002, when none of the 5 parties that had passed the 10% threshold in the 1999 elections, as well as 2 other major parties, were able to make it over the line. Notably, the True Path Party, DYP, received 9.55%, the MHP received 8.34%, the Youth Party, GP, received 7.25%, the Democratic People's Party, DHAP, received 6.23% and the Motherland Party, ANAP, received 5.13%, leaving all 5 unable to assume any seats in parliament and paving the way for the AK party to form a majority government with only 33.4% of the popular vote. In total, 46.33% of the votes, more than 14.5 million votes, went unrepresented in parliament. Stressing that the economic outlook isn't good for the merchants in Bandrma's organized industrial zone, Orbakalo said, "There are many firms here that cannot obtain lines of credit with ease anymore. There is a financial crisis and it is hitting Bandrma's merchants.